Caribbean Fashion Weekly, where we give you the best highlights of CFW 2017. Hot trends, hot models, hot designers. Buckle up and prepare to be wowed. The show starts right now. So the CFW logo was blue this year, and I think it inspired a lot of designers because we saw little hints of blue here and there throughout the collections. And Zaid was one designer who brought a lot of different shades of blue.
And beautiful blue, but in this instance, Zaid, his collection was fabulous. I saw a particular review that said the future of fashion, and speaking of Zaid, and I think it's so appropriate because although he's not quite there yet in terms of the future of fashion, he certainly is developing in that way, and we feel really proud of that because we've been working with Zaid for the last few seasons and encouraging him and giving him certain opportunities and so on, and his collection just keeps improving every year, and he's coming into his own as a special talent.
The models wore it well. I mean, Alicia's piece just seemed like it was made specifically for her. It really sat on her body really nicely. And a couple of other ones. I loved the one that Sasha Lee wore as well, with the sort of two layers and two lengths as well. And so he played with a lot of using the blue as a thread throughout the narrative of the collection. He played with a lot of styles and a lot of peekaboos as well, because there were a lot of mesh with the blue.
And you mentioned blues. I mean, we saw electric blues, we saw sapphire blues as well. Sapphire is kind of more greenish, but and we saw cobalt blues, and you know, you got a pretty interesting mix of the shades of blue. And as you said, might well have been inspired by the new CFW logo, which is a beautiful blue.
Yeah, for sure.
Hector Lincoln backstage here at Caribbean Fashion Week 2017, and I'm here with the designer extraordinaire Zaid, who just came off the runway. Tell us, Zaid, welcome back to Caribbean Fashion Week. How do you feel about Caribbean Fashion Week 2017?
Everyone seems to getting better and better.
Oh yeah.
So every fashion week, I do feel more of going where towards I want to go. And that's, I don't know wherever fashion carry me, like, just make nice clothes and showcase them. I will go which way I go.
So where do you think you grasp or you get your inspiration from? Well, say this particular collection. How does it differ from the last collection that you showed here?
The last collection was more of me in personal emotional vibes. Because I'm an artist, visual artist, so I show more of painting. This collection now is more of like fantasy stuff, like I watch a lot of movies like X-Men and all of these late futuristic movies. So, you know, blend that in with some of my natural Caribbean flow with looking towards whatever we are going to design in the future. For example, like the skirt Alicia was wearing, I feel a spaceship type of energy creating it. So that's it. Split between last and this year. More flowy flowers, bamboo last year. This year we're going in mechanism.
Tell me now, what is the Zaid brand and what does it represent?
Zaid brand represents everything where you want to feel when you put on your clothes. So if you feel like you want to go sexy as a male, female, whatever, that's Zaid. So when you get peace of my look, you're going to feel it.
So my last question in closing out quickly. You tell me you're an artist and you're a visual artist. How did you make that move from being an artist to making clothing?
It was a thing maybe hard to be. As an artist, I'm working with a fashion designer, Mutamba. Yeah, I do the painting and most of our stuff.
Oh, wicked.
Like free and unpainted.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
And from there, she like say, yo, you need to be a model.
Okay.
So she bring me to Pulse.
Okay.
And I model with Pulse for like 6-7 years. And being in the industry, it's almost like a rub off for me. So, and as a creative spirit, me just catch it quick. Designing Zaid mean increase in growth.
Wow.
So we're always growing. Whenever you say Zaid, like it's a chant. Like you say, grow, Zaid.
Well, continue Zaiding, right? Best of luck to you, and thank you again for showing here at Caribbean Fashion Week 2017.
You're watching CFW. More CFW when you come back. Go nowhere.
I am Alicia Burke, and thanks to Pulse, I am living my dream. You can too.
The Pulse and Vogue cover girl has set major records. Now it's your turn to become Pulse's next superstar. Join the most powerful force in Caribbean modeling. Enter the Caribbean Model Search today. Call or visit Pulse 960-0049.
It will change your life.
So we gave you a little sneak of some of his menswear pieces. a couple of shows back, and this time we want to get into the full length of Mr. Nigel Ramsey. His collection was a lot of hay-colored, neutral tones, some black as well. I wore a black piece by Nigel Ramsey.
You did, and it was. What can I say? You know, it was beautiful.
I left you speechless.
So it appears. Nigel has, been consistent in terms of the quality of what he puts on the runway, and this year was no exception. We always look forward to Nigel. We don't see enough of him. And hopefully in the years to come, we'll see more and more in that whole natural process of development.
Right.
But regardless, I mean, his work speaks for itself. It's really solid, really good, and
elegant, very elegant. Even
yes.
though he had separates and he had
Yes.
dresses and things like that,
Yeah.
I think he gave a woman lots of choices. I mean, there
Right.
was the pants,
Right.
suit, there were the knee-length skirt and tops, and then belted looks as well. So it was great for that sophisticated woman who wanted great options in her wardrobe. He showed at CFW some years ago, and then we hadn't seen much of him, and he came back for CMS 2015 and gave the girls some great looks, some of the new faces that presented on CMS, and so that was sort of like our reintroduction to Nigel, and who showed an excellent collection this season. Pulse has the distinction of starting this whole modeling fashion revolution in the Caribbean. We're synonymous with models, and this year we gave great opportunities to some new faces who have been recently discovered in the Caribbean Model Search, the biggest event of its kind in the region, and from the reality series as well as the search going on this year.
Yes, and interestingly, well, first of all, let me offer congratulations to Kayla Innes.
Kayla Innes, you are the winner of CMX.
Kayla was one of the outstanding models on the runway at this year's show. And so, you mentioned models from the Model Search who go on to get this opportunity on Caribbean Fashion Week and go on to do so well. I mean, it's a long tradition. But this year, Kayla Innes, another young lady I noticed was Zoe Griffith, who is in the current live event.
Yes.
And only a couple of them got an opportunity because there are lots of great girls in the live show this year. Another one was you mentioned Risha, right? And there were a couple of others. But, it's great to see models coming in fresh, maybe a month or two in the industry at the level of the competition, who then go on to actually manage to have that presence and that presence of mind to do that long CFW runway and look great and show the clothes in a way that the designers are very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though she didn't win the reality series this year, Sasha Lee Bent was also a model who stood out for me on the CFW runway.
Yes, without a doubt.
Yeah, she looked great in, Zaid, Blue, all the designers that she wore. She just stood out.
Yeah.
Pat Wright. I mean, she was exceptional, I thought.
There is something special about Sasha Lee Bent, and we've seen it, and we hope that it blossoms into something a lot more.
And CFW, as usual, is a place where young emerging designers get great opportunities, new models on the scene get great opportunities. So it's really a place where we look at the established people as well as give a platform to those new ones looking to start their career.
You're watching Caribbean Fashion Weekly?
More right after this.
I am Alicia Burke, and thanks to Pulse, I am living my dream. You can too.
The Pulse and Vogue cover girl has set major records. Now it's your turn to become Pulse's next superstar. Join the most powerful force in Caribbean modeling. Enter the Caribbean Model Search today. Call or visit Pulse 960-0049.
It will change your life.
One of our Caribbean fashion royalties, Mei-Ling, was back at CFW this year. It's always a wonderful pleasure to see her line going down the runway.
Well, Mei-Ling is special. She's this history of incredible talent and so many years of showing the depth of creativity in the Caribbean. represents a true Caribbean icon because, Fashion Week is held every year in Jamaica, and she's based in Trinidad, her native Trinidad, and it's always good to see that coming together because between mailing in Trinidad and the top talent we have here in Jamaica, there are so many others in between in the islands, in Barbados, in St. Lucia, in so many of the other Caribbean islands, and everything comes together because there's that strength at the south and the strength at the north and the strength in between. And so mailing is critical because she represents, and she of course is not the only outstanding designer in Trinidad. There are several others. People like Claudia Pagos, Heather Jones, The Cloth, Robert Young, and so many others, but she is the standout among standouts.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And it is, exciting to see her collection at CFW. Always, I think her fans here look forward. And of course, in the Caribbean at large, because, the show goes out to all these markets and in the diaspora as well, in the UK.
And this year in particular, we're going to make sure it's viewed everywhere. So this is a great year for CFW,
Well, I think we need not say much more about the wonderful collection from Mailing. Enjoyed this episode of Caribbean Fashion Weekly.
And so did I.
Don't forget to follow us on all our social media channels: Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
See you next week.
A bientôt.